Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Josh here at the Quick Speed Shop. Today we're working on more dragster stuff. Last time I got a sponsor, Neighborhood Paint and Store, painting and paper hanging. It actually was a door skin off this Advanced Design Chevy door I had laying out back, and I cut it off and made it into the top of the body. I love it. Perfect patina. Looks super cool on there. This was originally dark blue and then white letters and then gray primer, and the primer all burned off, and you can see it's perfect. So that's pretty much mounted up on there. It's zip screws on. They'll get patinaed up to screws later. But today, bam, we're getting, so let me go back. Everything's pretty much done with the body work, and the fabrication, throttle's done, brakes are done, waiting for wheel cylinders, but the shifter linkage, all that stuff is done. I've got to make a drive shaft tunnel. I'll probably just do off screen, but everything is pretty much done drivetrain wise on the chassis here. So now, Kurt, let's work on the nail head. Got this big old nail head here. It's a 62-401. I'm going to pretend it's a 322 to save my early like 56 build area here. So we're going to pretend it's a 322, but it's actually a 401. Got a Rochester 4 jet that'll be staying on there for now. But today, the time has come. We're gonna take these flanges and we're gonna build some headers for this thing. They're gonna be weed burners. They're gonna come right out the side. My dad had these flanges. I don't know where he got them, but somewhere. They're bolt right onto the nail head here, and we're gonna make 1.25" weed burners that come out about here. So I have some tubing right here. The same tubing we built the roll cage out of is going to be the perfect diameter tubing to go in there and make the headers. But all I have is straight pipe. So we're going to go on the parts wall up here where I've hung a lot of cool old stuff, just hanging out, headlights and stuff. Check this out. This is a, what year is it? 1913 Cadillac brass cowl light. Pretty cool. Cadillac, Gray and Davis right there. Anyways, behind that, I've got a header, and I don't know what it fits. It's a 4-cylinder, obviously super small, probably some British something, I don't know. So we're going to cut it up and use the bends to attach to the header flanges. This is going to be just like back in the day. Speaking of, here's back in the day set of flathead headers. Look at the welds on those. Nice. We're going to do one step better than that, hopefully, but it's going to be old school action. So let me go ahead and get that down, and then we'll start fabbing over here headers on this nail head. Okay, I dug the header down off the wall, and from far away it looked bigger than it is. These pipes are only like 1 inch. They're super small. See, there's the header flange there. Like I said, I don't know what this fits. I'm going to guess some kind of little British car, like MG or something like that, something super tiny. So this is not going to work because the pipes are way too small, so that'll go back up on the wall. Never fear, got something stashed. Why trash it when you can stash it? Hold on a second. Got the ever popular rusty small block Chevy headers here. Now I don't know what these fit. I'm going to guess Malibu or A-body or something like that. They're probably like the cheap Summit ones or something. I can see like the black paint on them. I got them somewhere. The passenger side is really nice. No dings or nothing. But the driver's side, somebody bashed it pretty good right here. Caved that in really good for a steering box. Now we know from watching Engine Masters, it doesn't matter if you smash headers that bad. They still flow and don't restrict horsepower. But it's a little ugly. And I'm not running any small blocks in anything right now where I need headers, where I would need these headers. And I can tell you that I've had them stashed for probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 years-ish. And actually this flange, if I sight down this flange, it looks like it's a little bent. But anyways, these headers are so cheap to buy new ones, I'm not going to be worried. But the big thing is, the pipes are like 1.125" or 1.25". It's going to work out for what I need here for these flanges. So I want this curved section here. I'm going to go ahead and cut all these like here, get some curves out, and then cut them off here. I'll leave these flanges intact, but I'll cut them off. That'll give me the bend to come out of here and figure out what we got to do. I might have to go and get some more bend, but I don't think so. I think I can do it with these and then just put extensions on them. Okay, we've gone and destroyed our headers, and I've never done this before. I don't know the right way to do it, but I think if I started at the front and built backwards, I could cheat myself on header spacing, like get them too close to the engine. So I'm going to start on the back, and I want it to come out and kind of turn down and be like Weedburner right here, looking just down like this. And this is that smashed up pipe. I think I'll start with this one. Because all these bends are pretty much the same bend coming out of the engine. This one's kind of the tightest one, I think, but I've got to trim this a little bit, but I pretty much want to just do something like this, come Weedburner right out. And, oh boy, let's see. I'm probably just going to start welding these pipes up, get them in here rough, and then cut them off, and then weld the extensions on here. So I've got a pretty bad mismatch on my angle. I'm going to need a marker, and I think I can just address these with the grinder, just grind them down. These tubes are pretty thin. They're like, I don't know, 16 gauge, 18 gauge, something like that. So they're going to weld really easily. And I think I just need to grind some off. This is not going to be pretty the way these attach, but they are small enough to fit inside these flanges. The Buick ports are pretty small, so this thing will be kind of like port matched because this is about the right size pipe. But I think what I got to do is just literally creep up on this on the grinder, take some of this off, the cutting wheel and the grinder, and just kind of get the first one laid in there, and I guess tack it and go from there. But this is the swoop I want poking out, or maybe a little bit tighter. Just trying to get an eyeball with a longer pipe here. Yeah, something. I don't want them this short. I want them probably, I don't know, 2 feet long. But something like that. What I might do is maybe make the first pipe and then the last pipe and put a piece of rod across the bottom of them and line them up or something. I'm not sure. I'll probably cut them a length at last, but let's get the first one. Somehow I want to keep them in line, but I don't know how that's going to work out yet. Get her to go. The secret's to know when to stop cutting. Ow. That is about what I want to do right there. And the thing to do is going to be just take it, and tack it. Take it and tack it. What is the worst that is going to happen? I like that, I guess. Is what it is. I should leave them all wonky, sticking all over the place. We got this guy. Do something like... I can already see that I'm probably going to want to... I'm probably going to want to... Hold on a second. Thinking. I'm probably going to want to saw this off and put the extension on it right away. Will that stay? Yeah. All right, let's saw that off right quick. These would be super short. So now that we got that, we're going to need some header pipe. We're going to need some extension pipe. Ooh, I like it. Yeah, right. How long should they be? Right there. I like that. Look at that. I like that right there. Right before the body. Boom. So I'm just going to mark it. Not even going to measure it. Just going to mark it. I like it right there. So now I'm going to, let me saw this off. We'll tack this on, and we'll have our first Weedburner header pipe right here. This is going to be awesome. Look at that. And then the next one will be like here, and the next one will be here, and the next one will be here. This is super freaking awesome. Okay, got that guy tacked on there. How's that look? Okay, let's do pipe number 2. I think these are going to end up being 2 close ones together, and then you got this big gap here, so I'll probably put 2 and 2, and then a little bar to connect them. But what I want to do is get this guy trimmed in here. Ow. That's my finger. This guy trimmed and fit. Something like that. Actually, something like that. And then I'm going to cut this off right about here. Should I wait till I tack it? Actually, it'll be about there. It's like blacksmithing. There we go. A little bit more. Can I get in there? Let's be bashed a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, right about like that. Yeah. All right. That. Something like that. There we go. Boom. All right. So now, what did I say I wanted to do? I wanted to make the difference in the end pipes this distance. That's 4.5. So if I go here, that's 15.5 minus 4.5 would be 11.5. Let's see, how long is this pipe roughly? 18. So if I made this 18, it doesn't really have to be equal length, but we'll go from there to there. 18 and 3/8. So we go from there. Oh, dang, it's hot. From there to there, 18 3/8. So right about there. Yeah, 11 and a half. It is the distance you want to do that. So 11 and I'll cut a piece 11 and a half, and that'll be cool. Man, this is looking awesome already. I can't believe it. Well, look at that. I skipped ahead just a hair and built all 4 pipes. What I did is I ended up just laying them out on the first pipe and getting all my cuts to be the same, and then just kind of eyeballed it. But man, I really like the look of this. It's let me get from the back and show you. I kind of measured and I kind of eyeballed, but man, they look pretty symmetrical and pretty trick. I don't know if I need to hook them together. You know, they might vibrate a little bit, but for the amount that we're running this, I think it's going to be okay. I kind of really don't want to put any pieces on them. Kind of just like I'm floating out in space. So I'm going to go on to the other side, but what I'm going to do is eventually unbolt these, and I'm trying to weld them up on the inside, and I really don't want to weld on the engine block too much and have any spatter. Like, I taped off the holes, but spatter could burn in there. I really want to get any metal in the cylinders, obviously. So I've just tacked them all rudimentarily. So I'll take them off and weld them up off the thing. These flanges are pretty thick. They shouldn't want to warp around, but it'll draw it back into the gasket. But that's what I was going for. I really like the look of it. Weedburners, and they're all the same length and pretty much all in line. I think that looks pretty cool. I see the front pipes. See the front pipe might be a hair lower than the back pipe, but guess what? It fits the look of the dragster. It fits what it is. Sometimes you look at these old dragsters and they had pipes like torched and like bent all over the place on them. You know, just didn't care. This is way more than good enough for what we're doing, and that's super trick. It looks awesome. It fits. It doesn't stick out too far. It's going to be like right in there, pointing right at the tires, down like in the ground in front of the tires, which is where you want it, and it's going to be super, super awesome. So I think on the other side I can just take my bends, line them up, and I'll probably just work off that same pipe, do the same cut. I'm adding 12-inch extensions to those elbows and just kind of do the same thing and replicate it. I'm going to have to spend the most time getting the back pipe lined up out, you know, measure from the body and then up off the ground, start this pipe at the same angle and just kind of work my way ahead. But man, I can't believe how good it came out. Obviously these are super simple, but I really, really like the look of it, and this is going to be awesome. So and bam, it's just that easy. Hold on, I'm tangled up. So I went, and you saw me doing some measuring to match the other side. I built all the pipes ahead of time, which made it easier. I just matched them up to the first pipe on the other side so they all match. And I was able to weld them all the way around off the engine, which is going to be helpful. I've got to finish that side. But I got everything tacked on here. I'm going to unbolt the flanges and go and weld it the rest of the way up so I don't get any metal in the engine. And probably flip them around to weld them from the back side, and then bolt them together, bolt them back on the engine so to make sure they don't warp out of the way. And there's some big gaps I got to fill up here, you see. But it's going to be fine. But there they are. It's like a xylophone. I thought about putting a rod on the bottom side just to hold them. I don't think they're going to move around enough. This thing's not going to run enough, and even if they do, oh well. But they look pretty symmetrical, close enough for, you know, building homemade dragsters. They look pretty good. Try to get them symmetrical as possible. Look pretty cool. So I'll take them off now and I'll weld them up, and those will be done. I'd like to try a patina them somewhat. I'll probably take where the old Chevy headers are, wire wheel some of that rust off, and then try to do something with the other one. Like I said, get some peroxide or something, or put them outside in the weather and try to get some rust on the rest of the pipes and like oil them up to kind of blue them in. I don't know, something. Just so it obvious that's not, you know, new pipes and old pipes. This pipe's got a little bit of surface rust on it, but you know, obviously it's not anywhere near what this is, so I'll do something to make it work. But man, I really like it, and it's awesome. These are going to sound, it's going to be loud. I bet there's going to be fire. Perfect. I can't wait to fire this thing up and take it to Buffalo. Oh, I forgot to mention in this video, this dragster is going to be at the Buffalo Motorama March 24th through the 26th in Buffalo, New York. It's going to be in the open wheel hot rod room. So you want to go check it out. It'll be there the whole time. I'll be there at least half the time, between driving back and forth, but I'll be there a bunch of the time. I'll have some stickers and stuff here sitting with it, and the display and thing about the channel there. So Buffalo Motorama, March 24th to 26th in Buffalo, New York at the Convention Center on Franklin Street. Dragster will be there, I'll be there, so if you're anywhere near and want to go check it out and check out a bunch of other cool cars at the Buffalo Motorama, I'll be there. I think you can go to buffalomotorama.com and check it out. And I've had cars in the open wheel room before, and this dragster's going to be there, so it's going to be awesome. There's bands, there's all kinds of stuff, so go check it out, buffalomotorama.com. Now that I got the headers done, we're going to start working on the engine. I'm waiting for some, like I said, brake parts and stuff, but while I'm waiting on that, gonna get the engine. I got new plug wires, new plugs, new points, put the distributor in it, new water pump. I'm gonna loop the hoses on the front, get the engine all buttoned up, just make sure it's topped up with oil and stuff like that, and start getting that ready to fire. I gotta wire it up. I'm probably gonna put the battery under the seat. I gotta make a battery box and run a positive cable. I got a couple of switches to start the thing. But we're like real close, so I gotta get a fuel tank. I got a small fuel tank to put up front. But we're real close to getting this thing ready to fire up, probably in the next, maybe not next video, but maybe the video after that. And it's gonna be right around the time it's gonna be in the Buffalo area. These videos are 2 or 3 weeks ahead for you guys. They're 2 or 3 weeks behind. So right now I've got like, I don't know, 2 weeks to go to the show. So I'm feverishly working, trying to get it ready. I want to be able to have a little bit of time to tinker with it in case it doesn't start right away. So I'm pushing, but I'm getting super excited to make this thing cackle, make some noise. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to like see how it works driving around and see how this nailhead runs. So I'm going to finish welding these up for tonight, and then the next time we'll start on the engine, like I said. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like down here, leave a comment, and we'll see you next time. Bam, working on the Deathtrap Rail Dragster.